What's going on, everybody? Welcome to today's midday market recap. My name is Brad, and this is Own the Chaos, where we talk about everything over-the-counter penny stocks. Now, today was an interesting day. This morning, I was looking at what I should potentially get into, maybe make some selling decisions as well. Tuesdays it's a mystical day. Here in the OTC, it's really kind of like a red day most of the time overall. There's no real rhyme or reason or scientific proof that it's a red day, but today is definitely falling into that myth of Red Tuesday. We can chalk up today to that, but today's topic is going to be on when to buy, and I think it's more of like when not to buy as well. So within my morning mentorship, we talked about TRGEO, that there was value to be had there. And, it took off without me. I wanted to try to make an order on that, and I didn't realize that it already started tearing up. So I decided to just not trade it at all. And I think that's one of the more important things to understand, is that when you chase stocks, it kind of lends you up to disaster. If you don't get in at a price point that you plan on getting in at, and then you start to chase that, it could really kind of end badly for you. So it's hard. It's hard to follow that discipline, but it's really important to have that discipline. It's an important skill to develop, and it's one that I actually exercise within my mentorship this morning. So if you're not familiar with that, if you're new to this channel, I do go live with folks from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Within my exclusive morning mentorship, and what we do is we kind of like identify stocks that we might make potential plays on, or I might make potential plays on, and then not to tell you what to buy or when to sell. It's just showing you how I see value and how I've been able to find success in trading this extremely volatile market, which I have been able to turn into a full-time job. So I do this for a living every day, and I've found a lot of success in doing it. So if you're interested in that, the links are down in the description below. And let's get started. So let me welcome some folks in here. Abdul, Darren, Amy, Kathleen, good to see you guys. And I'll go ahead and share my screen with you here real quick and take you to WeTrade HQ. So if you're not familiar with this platform that I'm about to show you here, or that I am showing you, it's WeTradeHQ.com. It's absolutely free to join, and the link's down in the description below as well. We have new features here, which I'm going to go over later. We just kicked this off last Friday. It's WeTrade Live. You can actually view people live streaming and doing their trades live as well, which is free, which is another part of the free platform that we provide at WeTradeHQ.com. It's awesome stuff that my partner Jake has built here, and we're only getting better every day. So definitely check that out. So here I'm looking at TRGEO. Now, within my morning mentorship, we went over TRGEO, and I said, I kind of see something going on here. I think that perhaps there may be some either lightning or completely, backing off of dilution. So the reason why I saw that is because yesterday there was some interesting volume that came in on TRGEO yesterday, especially after a long stint of nothing. It's pretty much been diluted to this point. And when we looked at it at OTCmarkets.com, looked at the security details, saw that the share structure was actually pretty nice. Unrestricted OS is at 73 million, so really small share structure given the price point which it was 002. 0026, I think, is what it closed at yesterday. I really wanted to get in at that 002, 0025. Unfortunately, missed it, and it ended up running up to 005. So it could have very easily made a double out of this, and unfortunately missed it. But what I explained to the folks, and here's the other reason too why it ran today and why it may continue running. So I pulled this up for everybody, looked at the balance sheet here, saw that this is a quarterly report as of the third quarter of last year. Notes payable, convertible notes payable at 712,000. Derivative liabilities can sometimes fall into that category as well. So I'm just going to play it on the safe side and assume that there was $1 million worth of shares to be converted into TRGEO as of September 30th of last year. And we don't have the fourth quarter filing out yet, but it looked as if on this chart that perhaps a good chunk of that had already been converted since September 30th. Just looking at the chart, way down here, the share structure looked pretty awesome. And, you know, I saw that there could be potential for a nice little run up. And in fact, it did. I missed the opportunity here. If I was able to get filled in, that would have been the time to buy here, would have been at 002. Just looking at the chart here, I really like the position on 002. I didn't think I was going to get 002. I would have been happy with 0025, and that just never happened. It opened at 0026 and really never came back down. But it's really important to exercise discipline and not chase something like this. Could I have, oh, sorry about that. Could I have taken an opportunity and maybe increased my, entry point? Sure. I could have slapped the ask on this one, but there's a risk involved with that. And oftentimes when you try to do that, you try to chase the stock that's already up, 20, 30% or even more. We had somebody within our group that bought in after something had ran 200%, which, when things get that volatile, you really have to exercise discipline. When they get this volatile, they run, and we expressed this on ONCX yesterday, it ran 500% at its peak yesterday. And people were getting in after it ran at over 200%. Honestly, you would have been really lucky to get, experience profit after buying something that's ran 200%. So it's one of those things that you just have to exercise discipline and just not getting in to something because everybody else has already bought. By the time everybody else bought here, at 2.6 and really at 005 area, like this, I think would have been too late of an entry for me. Will it continue running? Could it go to a penny? Absolutely, sure. Given the share structure and given where it was at before, it was at 2.5 cents just back in December. Do I think it could get back there? Sure, I do. But I'm not going to be willing to make that risk because for my plan and my trading style, my trading strategies, I like to get in at this area at the bottom of it. And so I like to, once it's made its run like this, for me, it's what I call a missed opportunity. And I choose not to just chase something like that because it always comes at, whenever I try to do something like that or I deviate from my plan, I will, usually ends up coming back to bite me in the butt. And I don't want to experience that type of loss. So I just chalked it up as a missed opportunity and just took it from there. I just didn't see how I could get into there and make the profit that I wanted to after my 2.6 entry. Could I have, or after that 2.6 really kind of took off, I should say. So could I have made some profit on this anyway? Sure, absolutely. But I just didn't want to chance it. And, there's nothing wrong with saying that I don't have to trade this. Kiko within our mentorship group actually has a funny little saying. It's called "I don't have to," and they actually made it a kind of a running joke that that I don't have to trade it, and you really don't. It was just something that I just saw as a missed opportunity. I'm just going to move on to the next thing. So the next one I'm looking at is INKW. I know a lot of people had questions about that, and I'll get back to that convertible notes question as well. We'll talk about that in a sec. But looking at INKW, there's somewhat of a sell-off here. They announced today that a new CEO, so Green Concepts, a new CEO came out today. Her name is Karen Howard, and she's also the CEO of Organic and Natural Health Association, now the new CEO of INKW as well. They just acquired Mammoth Ventures Holding Company, which includes a 60,000 square foot beverage and bottling facility, which we've covered already several times over. And today, I think, is just an over exaggeration of selling the news. I think there's more to come here. They didn't. I keep trying to stress this. People keep asking me, "Why is this selling? Why is this selling?" Because there's always going to be people that sell the news, right? So it's just inevitable. There's going to be there. So people are selling the news here. Sometimes CEO catalyst will really actually propel that. I was actually honestly surprised. I thought perhaps we would see at least 5 cents on INKW, but it's not shocking to me that there was selling of this type of news. For me personally, though, I'm still very much invested in INKW, and I'm looking for the future here because I'm wondering to know why they obtained this bottling facility. I want to know who they're distributing to. I want to know who their partners are. They didn't just buy up a 60,000 square foot bottling facility if they didn't already intend on distributing it to somebody or didn't have people that they were looking to sell to. So I want to know what that is all about. And then maybe I'll make a decision from there. So the appointment of a CEO isn't a sell the news type of catalyst for me. I'm just looking out for a longer term type of position on INKW. There's short ones to be made and there's long ones to be made. INKW is one of those ones that I'm just going to be holding on for a while to see how this all develops. So John here is asking about convertible notes. And so the question, what is convertible notes? So basically, it's just dilution. So a company takes out a loan in the form of shares, and that loan company, the company that gave that company money in cash, now gets to convert all of those shares into the float. So they are dumping basically shares onto you, the investor, which could make, which most of the time makes it much harder to move when shares just keep getting dumped into the float. Every time somebody sells, it affects the price action, to some degree. And so when you have a company that has millions of shares and convertible debt, and they're converting those that cash into the shares, or shares into cash, then it makes it much harder for that stock to move, and it doesn't really bode well most of the time for the investor. So that is what convertible notes are. Good question. And so, yeah, that's it, guys. Not too much else to go over today. It's a slow day. It's Tuesday. Tuesdays always kind of suck within the OTC. Again, it's an unproven myth, but it's definitely feels like a real thing within the OTC that, people just love to sell on Tuesdays. And really, it kind of lends opportunities for people to get in on stuff that maybe they see potential in. So I don't always chalk Tuesdays up to a terrible day. I just kind of chalk it up to days of opportunity. So there you have it, guys. Thanks for tuning in today. If you're interested in joining our free platform, we have over 3,100. We've been growing like crazy. We got over 3,100 folks within our free platform. It's called WeTradeHQ. Again, the links are down in the description. And it's not just focused on penny stocks. I don't want people to get hung up on the fact, even though this channel is focused around penny stocks, and that's how I find success. We have people that trade all types of areas of the market and mentors that are in there as well for you to take advantage of. And so, no matter what you're trading within the market, whether it's penny stocks, big board stocks, futures, options, Forex, it doesn't matter, guys. No matter what you're trading in the stock market, WeTradeHQ is the place for you. So check out those links in the description below. And if you're joining me for the first time, thanks for your time. I do appreciate it hanging out. If you want to see more content such as this, of course, please subscribe and show me some extra support by hitting that thumbs up. So thank you guys for tuning in. As always, I'll see you all before the bell. B. Smith is out. Have a good one, guys.